Hi, I'm ABC 10 meteorologist Tracy Humphrey. It is the Friday before really unofficial into summer, Labor Day weekend. And we got a lot of different things going on. So I'm going to be focusing on Dorian. So let's take a look at the latest with Dorian. So Dorian is a major hurricane right now. It is considered a Category 3 hurricane. And here's the latest update from the National Hurricane Center. Winds right now at 115 miles per hour. It is moving west to northwest at 9 miles per hour. That really makes it a Category 3 storm. Now, anything above 3 is considered major. And when I say major, I'm talking about the opportunity for catastrophic damage, for devastating damage, winds anywhere from 111 to 129 miles per hour. This system could actually make landfall at a Category 3 or a Category 4. So that's when it kind of gets everyone's attention, because now we're talking about a major player. So here's a look at the latest track, and this is something that we've been watching as well. Category 3 storm, and then eventually becoming a Category 4. But what is it when it makes landfall, and when does it make landfall? Right now it looks like the time is going to be late Monday to early Tuesday. Could still be a Category 4. And take a look at that. We call that the cone of uncertainty, right? So it goes all the way, almost as far north as Jacksonville, all the way down to the south of Miami. That is essentially where this storm could go. It could go that far north, or it could go that far south, eventually expected to bend back to the east ever so slightly, and that will be Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then expected to either move into parts of the Carolinas or move back off into the Atlantic. So I wanted to compare a couple different systems that are really similar to this one, right? So the first one I came up with was Hurricane Jeane. Now that one made landfall September 25th, 2004, but look at how close the track is. It was a Category 3 storm. It came in toward the south of Orlando. It did that same bend that we're projecting for Dorian. It went through the state of Georgia into South Carolina and North Carolina. It made landfall at 120 mile per hour winds. Again, it was a Category 3. The damage close to $8 billion, and 5 people died. Another storm is very similar to, unfortunately, is Hurricane Andrew. We all remember that one. It was a Category 5 storm. It was in 1992. It came and made landfall to the south of Miami, went into the Gulf of Mexico, and then made a second landfall near New Orleans, and then did that bend back. That one was huge. Several people died from that, and it also had billions of dollars worth of damage. So again, let's take a look at it, because when I start thinking about hurricanes, I think about where's it going, when is it going to get there, and why is it moving the way it's moving. So here it is, well out, just outside the Bahamas. But this is really a couple of different things that are going on that are going to be steering this system. So now put this up, I know you're like, okay, what are all these things moving? So the blue H is a high pressure system. The red L you see down here is a low pressure system. And then off over Louisiana is another high pressure system. All of these things are going to be steering this storm. That is why it is expected to hit Florida. That is also why it's expected to bend back to the east. And also why the system could be moving pretty slowly. So take a look at that. We got clockwise winds. That is what's pushing it into Florida. You got the low pressure system that's going to be pushing it up to the north. And then you have that huge high right there in the midsection of the country. That is really going to be a buffer. That's why it's not moving toward Mississippi. That's why it's not projected to move towards Alabama, because this is really going to kind of butt up against it. Unfortunately, all those different steering systems could aid in stalling out this storm, and that means we could see some locations with up to 18 inches of rainfall. So if none of those things were there, that system could move. It could move fast, it could do its damage and keep on going. But when you have all these different systems kind of steering it and pushing it and shoving it around, that has everything to do with why it moves the way it moves, how fast it moves, how slow it moves, and how much damage it could be doing. So again, we revisit the track, expected to make landfall again late Monday night into early Tuesday. Could be a Category 4 storm, which is considered devastating opportunity for damage, and we're expecting it again to come up to the north toward Jacksonville by Wednesday afternoon. But look at how long it's just over the state of Florida, from Tuesday morning all the way to Wednesday late evening. That's a long time for rainfall. That's a long time for wind damage. That's a long time for the opportunity for tornadoes. So let's take a look at some of the impacts. It is a slow moving storm. We got tropical storm force winds that's in excess of 74 miles per hour. Also heavy rainfall possible. inland flooding with this system could be disastrous. Okay, now we talked about that. Let's talk about our weather. Our weather's beautiful outside. If we're talking about the upper 80s today, we're going into a holiday weekend. We had those notorious triple-digit highs. They got out of Dodge just in time. Today, temperatures will be backing off, and we'll be cooling down to the lower 70s around 10 o'clock tonight. And then let's get to the good stuff. Take a look at our 3-day forecast. Mid-90s for Saturday, mid-90s for Sunday, and the mid-90s for our Labor Day holiday weekend. Now, if you are going to be traveling to the East Coast, possibly for holiday weekend, if you're going to be traveling to Florida, possibly North Carolinas, Georgia, and Alabama, you want to make sure you know what's going on with your travel delays. If they do have some pretty significant storms, you could have some delays, and we know how delays are around the holidays. You could be stuck in the airport for quite some time. So make sure you know what's going on, and you may be able to make some changes with no cost to you, which we love. That's a look at your holiday forecast. I hope you guys have a great time.